What's up, everybody? I got another reaction from Logical Dating. Let's get it.
I want to go in the girls' restroom here. That's man to you! You're going down! You dating with the security? I'm off the floor with them. I'm janitorial.
Yeah, I don't know if women should be security. I mean, if they're gonna be security, then they should have a security partner, which will have to be a man. I've seen videos of policewomen trying to knock down doors and they couldn't do it. Like it took them like 20 minutes to do it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not against women doing like these jobs, but if they're gonna do these jobs, they need a man next to them, you know. That's just how it is.
She didn't even try. I feel like her brain has some like deep-seated trauma from when they used to beat each other's ass. She's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, I used to beat his, and then one day he just got bigger than me. You know what I'm saying? Because the only thing she secured was her spot on that floor. I don't think I've ever seen someone physically mop the floor with somebody. Heard the terminology, but never actually seen it.
Zero shade, but why don't men ask women out anymore? Like, the guys that I'm meeting, matching with on Hinge and everything else, they're pen-paling me. Like, asking me the most absurd questions that I know they don't care the answer to. But, like, why don't you just ask me to hang out, and then we'll see if we actually have chemistry and go from there? Why are you asking me what I did today? And then not planning a date. Please, a straight man in the comments, answer. I'm so frustrated.
Yeah, I'll answer that. Where have you been living? Have you been living on Mars or on another planet? Haven't you seen what's been going on lately with men and women in the last couple of years? And how men been treated like shit? How men have been labeled creeps at the gym? How women have humiliated men in public? How men don't want to approach women anymore? And how women have been scamming men out of free meals? So men have been treated like this for a while now. So I don't know where you've been, but you haven't seen all that stuff. That's probably why men aren't talking to you.
Like, I don't know what to do. Help.
Because I have to pay for the hangout. I have to pay for it. And it's expensive. That's why. I don't want to pay for the hangout anymore. It's too expensive.
No, because why did I just have a staring contest with this man in the gym? Why?
Well, that's all you're going to get these days at the gym, right? Because men have been recorded, and even if they glance your way for 2 seconds, they're labeled creeps and are humiliated on TikTok. Some men have been, embarrassed, and, their reputation has an asterisk next to it because of these gym recordings. And you're asking yourself, why? Are you living with that other woman on Mars? Or where have you been? Don't you know what's been going on? Have you heard of Joey Swole? Yeah, that's probably why.
And then he had the nerve to wave bye to me. Do men not speak anymore?
No, we're just afraid. We're just afraid to come up to you now. So we're just doing sign languages now. That's what we're pretty much resorted to now with men. It's just sign language and looks. That's it. There's no approaching. There's no talking. There's none of that. Men are actually in fear that they will be humiliated. That's why. And you can blame your friends for that.
I want to know, do men not approach?
Did you know that 78% of men don't approach women anymore? Here's why that's your advantage. Fear of rejection, fear of looking awkward or desperate, which means if you're the one guy who walks up, introduces himself, and could hold a conversation, you're not competing with anyone. So no, hot girls are not used to being approached. In fact, they are waiting on it. Comment approach for my comprehensive guide on how to master the approach like a natural.
They continue to try. Modern women
I've said this before, with women giving advice on dating, like acting like dating coaches, do not listen. Do not listen, okay? Look the other way, walk the other way. Just listen to your instincts. And I'm talking to the young men out there.
tell you try to sell this man. Man is not interested. Not interested anymore.
I got a question for the fellas because I'm trying to understand the dynamic now and how all this got misconstrued. Why is it that men nowadays, when it comes to dating, they don't believe in pursuing a woman, aka chasing a woman? What is the big issue with a man pursuing a woman? I don't just mean you making the first move. I mean like you actively pursuing this woman, calling her, texting her, planning dates. Why is it now we're in this day and age where men are like, oh, you could call me, oh, I was waiting on you to call me, I was waiting on you to text me, I was waiting on you to make the first move? For what? Criticize me all y'all want, but I am an old-fashioned girly. I was raised by my grandmothers. I believe in the old school ways and how things are supposed to go. If you that type of man where you think you are the prize, honestly, this video ain't for you, because I believe that women are the prize, because we're the ones that get chose. We're the ones that get picked. When a man findeth a wife, a man findeth a good thing. And I'm not even the type of woman to sit up here and think that I'm equal to a man. I think that a man is most definitely above me. My husband is for sure above me. Your heavenly father, your husband, everything else immediately after that. I'm not the one to sit up here and try to say I'm equal to a man and we on the same. No, we not. A man is above me. My husband is above me. So let's get that clear and out the way. Boom. My biggest issue that I have in my dating life is men are so lazy. I was waiting on you to call me. I was waiting on you to text me. No, sir. You asked me for my number. I gave it to you. It's up to you to call me, check on me, see how I'm doing. You're trying to get me. This is my thing. I don't ever make the first move on a man. I let men come get me. You want me? Come get me.
But we're living in 2026 now, right? And like I said before, men do not want to approach because of those reasons I stated before of being humiliated. I mean, where have you been? Haven't you seen what's going on? That's why men are not approaching you. It's time for women now that should approach men now, right? Because men have adapted to other things. We've adapted to loneliness, right? Men can adapt to loneliness more than women. We can. We can find other things to stimulate ourselves. Women, while the older they get, they pretty much can't. And she's lucky that she's got a husband. And I agree with her saying that her husband is above her. So, there is a family hierarchy, which is God first, then the husband, then wife, children. So I agree with her on that. But in terms of approaching you, I mean, those days are over because chivalry is dead.
A man really wants you, he's going to come get you. It's not nothing extra I gotta do. It's not, no. If you want me, you're going to come get me. And the lesson that I learned in my previous relationships was never let a man tell you he don't want you more than once. So when I give you my number and you don't call me or you do all that, that's basically telling me you don't want me. Y'all have no problem pursuing your education. You have no problem pursuing your career. You have no problem pursuing your goals. A house when you want a house, a car. So why is it y'all have an issue with pursuing a woman?
Because a house doesn't talk back. A car doesn't talk back. Our goals don't talk back. Our jobs and our career doesn't talk back. All those things you're mentioning, it's a woman that talks back. It's a woman that wants to argue about shit. All those things that you just mentioned there, those things give us peace. That's what they give us. And that's all we want as a man, right? We just want peace and respect. We don't ask for much. We're simple creatures. But women, on the other hand, well, that's another story.
Marriage, because y'all are the ones that pick us for marriage. We don't pick y'all. Y'all get on one knee. This is why I don't date now. I ain't been on a date in a year. And that is exactly why. It's because I'm so sick of men. Oh, I was waiting on you to call me.
Oh, okay. So she's single. Oh, so what she was saying about the husband and that was just an example.
Well, you're gonna be waiting till you dead. If you pay attention to like older couples that have like years in, yeah, she didn't really like me at first, and she used to curve me, and then I finally got her. Like, what happened to that? Y'all don't even want the pursuit of a good woman anymore. And I know I'm a good woman. Hell, I got a good career. I have ambition. I have goals. I have drive. I have things going for myself. I know how to treat a man when I have one. So what is the big issue with?
Well, those things that you mentioned, which is you got a career, you got goals and that's great and all. But men don't care about that stuff. We do not. We just care about how you present yourself to us. Like, will you respect us? You know what I mean? We don't care about your career, man. We don't care if you're a boss. All we care about is how you will treat us. All we want is respect. And if we were to have a relationship and get married, will you give us peace and sex?
Pursuing a good woman.
Are you? I mean, because you're asking what happened to that type of pursuit. What happened to that type of chase? Men they're ending up with restraining orders. They're ending up in jail.
Yeah,
That's what happened to it.
that's
Oh,
true.
I am so sick. I just seen a fine man in Kroger. Y'all, oh my God. I feel like he was looking at me. I was looking at him. But my approaching men days are over with. I don't do that, y'all. I feel like he wanted to say something to me because, like, we kept, like, running into each other at the store. Because, like, when I first got to the store, I was on my phone. I wasn't really paying attention. I turned around, and I happened to look. I was like, damn, who was that? So then I continued to walk through the store, and I ended up bumping into him another time. And I feel like he wanted to say something because he ended up tripping over something because he was looking at me. But then he, like, stopped, and then he kept walking. So then I proceeded to go through the store, and then we end up, like, as soon as I'm turning the corner, we end up, like, coming face to face. So I waved at him, and he waved back at me. So then I'm getting ready to leave the store, and then I end up
See, like I said before, it's all sign language now. There's no talking, there's no approaching, because we've realized that if we do that, there's a risk of being humiliated. There's a risk of being. Now, we can take rejection, of course, but it's the fact on how you do it, right? It's the fact on how you do it. And that really can traumatize a man, especially if you're getting yelled at, humiliated, doing simple things like opening up a door for a woman and she goes, I can do it myself. You know what I mean? It's just rude and selfish. So now we've all men, not all men, but I'll say some men have resorted to sign language. So this is the age of sign language, y'all.
seeing him, like, I kind of tried to play it off, acting like I wasn't looking, but I got out the store, and then, like, I was sitting in my car, and I felt like he was kind of, like, looking around to see where I was. Or maybe I might just be delusional. I don't know. But, y'all, he was so cute. And, okay, so maybe I might be able to help me. He had I believe he was working. I could have sworn he had an AT&T logo on his shirt. So, y'all, I'm in Dallas. So if you done made it to the end of the video and you know somebody that's fine that work for AT&T, tell them to slide up.
Why don't guys approach women anymore? In my life as a matchmaker, I have heard from guys that there are two main reasons. Number one is
She's a matchmaker? Okay, this will be good.
they don't want to be creepy, and number two is they're kind of afraid of rejection. And I have a whole nother video about why we've lost the art of flirting, and it has some of the underlying reasons for those two things. But if you want to seem more approachable to guys, there are three things you should do. Number one is make more eye contact than you think is normal. So there's actually a whole video that this girl has made about this thing called sticky eyes. I've kind of been trying it, and I fear it works, unfortunately, because it can feel like awkward to do. But yeah, you have to look at someone for more time than feels normal and like hold their eye contact. So it's okay if you have to look away the first time, but then next time hold eye contact for longer. That brings me to my second thing. If you want to be a little bit more obvious, you should smile at them, and you can hit them with a couple different types of smile. You can hit them with like a kind of like a bashful smile. They eat that shit up. And the second thing you would do is hit them with like a really confident smile. Like, I know I'm that bitch. Channel the woman who sings Does Your Mother Know from Mamma Mia. Channel that energy, hit them with a smile, putty in your hands, okay? So hit him with a smile, hit him with eye contact. Number three,
Yeah, I'll agree with that. If a woman smiles at you, that is a big indicator that she likes you, right? If you guys have made eye contact and she smiles, yeah, like woman, do that, Then you'll get a man coming to approach you. If you look at him, eye contact, and you give him a big smile while you're still looking at him, he will approach you then, because that's an indicator that yep, it's on. Okay, she's giving me the signal. I'm confident now to walk up to her and get the number. So I agree with her on that.
all else fails, hit him with a wave. Hit him with a wave. A wave is like a really clear, welcoming sign to come talk to you. And my theory on this is that you need to send more signals if the environment is less conducive to people going up to one another. So in a bar that's already pretty mingly, you might just need to do eye contact. But if you are in a more public place where it's a little bit less common to like approach a stranger
Like a
in the
supermarket,
wild, you can hit them
library.
with a smile and wave, and that kind of lets them know that you're open to being approached and talked to. But also at the end of the day, like, it's 2026, so if you ever want to approach a guy, you should, because, like, fuck it.
Guy in the comments says, why are we teaching women how to be more approachable instead of how to approach? You can't control somebody else's actions. All you can do is control yours. There's no tip or trick that will force a guy to approach if you really want him.
Yeah.
The only way you can be sure is to take action yourself. The only way that you can be sure. That's pretty much it. Now, I feel like, once again, I feel like there's enough information out there for modern women to approach, but they're just not. Well, let me say there's enough information, excuse me, for modern women to be approachable. That's what I mean to say. But they don't really care about getting out of their own way. They don't really care to help a man out. They don't really care to contribute to the situation unless their minimum is met, right?
The
And so
bare
a lot of
minimum.
modern women get past.
Yeah, he's talking about the bare minimum, right? But the bare minimum is different. It's subjective to all women, right? Because they have a different meaning to the word, to the words bare minimum, right? What is your bare minimum? It's different for each woman, and some bare minimums are impossible, right? Because they have these ridiculous standards that men should meet. Those days are over.
Because men see, oh, you have a minimum. Oh, well, if you don't give me this much attention, then I won't even talk to you. If you don't take me out on this type of date, I won't talk to you. Their minimum. And men are saying, I paid that once or twice when I was younger because I wanted women so bad. I didn't pay that more than once or twice. I paid it multiple times. But now that I'm a little bit older, no, you're going to have to show me something.
Everyone keeps telling me that guys aren't approaching them when they go out, and only weird people talk to them, and they don't like dating apps, but they don't know what to do. But guys, remember that the literal chemical that makes men approach you, despite the fact that the odds are overwhelmingly against them, that you are going to reject them, is testosterone. And we are in like historically abysmal levels of testosterone across the board for men. So honestly, I think it's mostly just because they're scared. It's not you, and really it's not them either. It's not their fault. I don't really have any answers, but just know not to take it personally, and really it's not even about them, but all roads lead back to Monsanto.
Coping mechanism. It's a coping mechanism. That's all it is. That's all you get from modern women nowadays.
So I am 34 and I am single. I live alone, and I, of course, would love that fantasy dream relationship.
Yeah, forget it. It's over. 34 years old. You had a chance back in your 20s when you were in your prime. But you didn't. Say you decided to party. You decided to get ran through. You did have relationships. You probably got guys in the friend zone who like you, but you're too good for them. And now you're coming on TikTok, 34 years old, and now you want that dream relationship, and you almost hit the wall if you haven't had children yet. Yeah, you're done. Now you'll probably live a life of regret. I mean, 34. Nah, yeah, you've hit. You're borderline, right? You could probably save it. You could probably still have children, but yeah, I don't know. You've hit that borderline. You should have thought about it back then when you were younger. So yeah, I would say maybe it's time to start looking at getting cats.
However, I'm not willing to settle.
This is one of the most common themes I come across in social media. Single women, 30 plus, whose standards keep them single. Now, a person wants what they want, fair enough. However, despite what they say, being single really bothers them. They wouldn't be making videos about it if it didn't. Her standard, though, is the fantasy dream relationship. She's literally holding out for a fantasy. Meanwhile, men are mocked just for saying we want a woman with a degree of purity, a woman who hasn't slept with dozens of men,
Yeah,
and who doesn't see marriage and family as a last resort.
That's right.
There's a lot of so-called Christians promoting marriage as the magical solution to society's woes. But when I point out that the average woman doesn't qualify as wife material, I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
I've been on
Yeah, and what I'll say is, yeah, marriage is a good thing, right? It's the starting point of starting a or having a happy family, right? But marriage today, especially in the West, is not beneficial for men. Why? Because when they get divorced, half of their stuff goes. And then he has to pay, and if they have kids, then he has to pay child support and then alimony. On top of that, if a woman is hurt and angry at the man, she could say anything, right? And the police or the courts will believe her. Like she could say that he essayed the kids when he really didn't. But the courts and the police will believe her even if there's no evidence and he could go to jail. Said there is no benefit for men to get married, which is sad because I believe in marriage, right? Because I'm a Christian. I believe in marriage, but it's been construed and manipulated to assist women more than it is for men. So I don't blame men for checking out of marriage, right? Even prenups, right? Prenups can be overturned. So prenups are not guaranteed also. So yeah, in terms of marriage, which is sad, I would say nah, there is no benefit unless I was gonna say unless you're totally confident that she will stay with you through the good times and bad times, right? But then again, most men or a lot of men who's been divorced believe that at the start. But in saying that, I'm gonna leave it at that. And don't forget to like and comment and let me know what you think. And subscribe, please. And I'll see you in the next one.